I'm your host, Lisa Jones, and this is the Millionaire Medium podcast. Hello and welcome to Millionaire Medium podcast with Lisa Jones. I'm your host, and today I'm very excited to have Monica Oganda with us.
Science is spirit's little sister. She gets the hand-me-downs, right? Okay. So all the things that spirit in the spiritual realm, they are things that we already know.
Right.
For example, we already know that thoughts affect things, that thoughts create things.
Well, I wanted to do a little reading for you if you'd like. Okay. It's that time. Woo! So I've got these wonderful cards. They're called soul coaching cards, and I'll just hold them up. They're just fun, very they're by my mentor Denise Lynn. And let me just give it a little shuffle. All right. And I do 3 cards, and what it is, it shows you where you're stuck, what you need to work on, and then your outcome if you do the work. So we'll just see.
Let's do that in front of everybody.
In front of everybody.
Yes, let's all be in Monica's Kool-Aid today.
That's right. Let's all go there. And it's all fun. So let's see. Okay, so where you're blocked, it says gratitude. I'm going to pull up the card right here. So gratitude. Okay. And so what I'm getting for that is just, again, there's always going to be things in your life that, and like we were just talking about, things that you don't really want to deal with, or, it's like, oh my God, I wish I didn't have to. But having gratitude for the things that are, even that you don't like, because you find the next step in appreciating the depth of the darkness of the things you don't like, which I feel like you already know that. I'm just preaching to the choir here. But so what you need to do is just go with the flow. That's the flow card. Okay. And just allow it. So whatever is going on. And does that make sense? Does that resonate with you?
Yes.
Just not not having the gratitude for whatever this kind of darkness thing is. And then what it's going to do, your outcome is purification. I mean, so once again, and I've got chills as I'm saying this.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, right? So tell me what's going on with that?
Yeah. So I was just in a conversation with a colleague of mine where I was speaking about how there are certain things in running a business that are just not fun. Right. Like I loved having my children, but there were some pieces of it that I could skip. Yeah. Honestly, the teenage years, I could skip that whole time. Right. And the same thing with business. There are certain pieces that are just not fun for me. Mm-hmm. And because they're not fun for me, and I have not yet set up a way to delegate them to somebody that I can trust to get it done. Right. It's still on my plate. And so those are some of the things that I sometimes procrastinate on, or that I'm just bitching about, So the gratitude piece speaks to me about how, I'm thankful that I get to make as much money as I do, serving the kind of genius people that I serve in my clients are brilliant people. And that some of the grudge work, some of the drudgery, it may not necessarily be pleasant, but it levels your discipline and your rigor muscle. Right. And who can't use more of that? And so when I go with the flow, I like the go with the flow piece, because typically what gets in the way is my thought about something. Right. My resistance. The resistance. Exactly. It's not difficult to write. Mm-hmm. It isn't. It's just the thought that I have of, like, for example, in designing a curriculum for a client, so that for their signature speech or for their coaching program or whatever, typically I'm the one behind the scenes that's kind of like a ghostwriter, but for intellectual property. And so it's not so much the writing isn't a problem. I know how to write. I know how to collate research. I know how to put thoughts together, et cetera. It's the thought of, like, this is such a pain in the ass. That conversation is what gets in the way. So when I take that out and insert gratitude, then I can go with the flow. And the purification piece, the reason why I said shut the front door was because it's very clear to me that when I surrender to that process, not only the thing gets purified, the thing meaning the client roster gets purified, because the right people always come to me. Yes. And when it's time to finish with a particular client, then it's time to finish, and we transition well without it being like, you're fired. No, I quit. Right. Nothing like that, It's never been like that. So the purification happens when I surrender to the process. That's perfect.
That is fantastic. I love it. And as you were talking again, chills were just flowing through my body, which is absolute truth. So I'm so glad you were able to get that message, and I hope it serves you. Thanks for spending time with me today and listening to the Millionaire Medium podcast. Let me know what you think of the podcast by leaving a review at millionairemedium.com/review, or click on the link in the episode. Your review helps us all awaken the wealth within. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Before you make any financial or legal decisions, consult a professional. This show is copyrighted by Millionaire Medium. Written permission must be granted before syndication or rebroadcasting.